It's time for Oh, the Humanity with Faye DeMeyer, a civil discussion of the issues without name-calling. 1430 KYKN, where Salem is listening.
Well, in the note of bringing civility to the community, the Oath, Oh, the Humanity, has partnered with people all over Salem, okay? But one of the partners that I met, this has been about a month ago, right, Jim? Yeah. And I met with Jim at a fundraiser, basically, for Bomberos. Is that right?
That is
I'm saying
correct.
it right?
Yes.
Which means firefighter in Spanish. And we were discussing taking the expired fire trucks from Oregon, right, to...
Yep.
Where were they taking them?
Oh, we had them at Hubbard and in and around all the southern suburbs, Canby, all around.
It was amazing. And taking him to the center, what town in Mexico? Was it Oaxaca or around there?
Yeah, it was right around there. Yep.
Guayanos.
Yeah.
Guayanos.
And so we have friends, Juan and who was the other guy? Mario,
yes.
Mario and his lovely wife. And they were all sitting at the table and they were just sharing their passion about getting these fire trucks down there. It was so powerful. Hi. Well, you know what I want to do right now? I want to say, who am I talking to? That really cool voice to my right is Jim Boyles. Jim Boyles is the district governor over 2 states, 70 clubs, 3,100 members of Rotary. That's our partner that we're sitting here with, and his wife, Nancy. And Dave's over here making funny signs over here like, what are you, brain dead, not introducing them? Nancy and Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having us, Faye. You're infectious. I smile every time I see you.
I got too excited about having you on and talking about what we're going to be talking about. The Rotary is so effective across the globe. Am I wrong?
Oh.
And very little known.
I think we're the best kept secret. One of the things that we were talking about is if you assess $25 an hour for every hour of service and you add up those around just in our area, it's multiple millions of dollars. We're making an impact worldwide.
Well, I know just our little Rotary Creekside, we go out and clean parks. We go out and we assemble school boxes, of all their supplies and stuff. Maria has us doing a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited about it. We do Christmas things. We do Thanksgiving, Easter. It's a fun club. I really love Creekside. That's where I belong. In fact, soon to become a Paul Harris Fellow.
Congratulations. Thank you so much
excited.
for
Thank
your
you to Richard
contributions.
and Sybil Beck for sponsoring me, because that's part of it. Can you tell them a little bit about what a Rotarian is and how to get involved and why?
Oh, love to. This is a passion of ours. So it's interesting. Most people, when they're in the first half of their life, are looking to make some success. But after a moment, it becomes more important for us to be significant. And that's where Rotary comes in. Most people think Rotary is a service organization with special handshakes and it's the best kept secret. Honestly, right now is the best time in the world to be part of Rotary because we can have an impact. I could go off on this, and let me just give you one example. I had a Rotarian that was born in Poland call me, and he said, when Russia invaded the Ukraine, and he said, what can we do? I said, listen, we'll do whatever we can to support you. He said, because they started a club 16 years ago in Biala, Poland, which was 20 miles from the border. And when he called me, we got 38 clubs in our district together, and in 1 week, we collected $143,000 to support women and children refugees that went from Ukraine to Poland. That's just one small example of how quickly we can act and what kind of loving hearts there are out there.
Yeah, I love it. And then the last I heard, it was like up over almost 200,000 in the last count, because they're still raising money and sending that money over there. And when Jim mentioned women and children, it's because the Polish men bravely decided to stand and defend their nation. And that's why it's women and children, because they're the ones that are leaving and they're protecting their women and children. And to me, the guts and the glory, oh my goodness.
It's unbelievable. Most people think we'll go to Rotary and they say, well, you're a service organization. Actually, as district governor, we are a servant leadership organization, and we're really We're really more about a membership organization that develops leaders that does service locally and globally.
Well, yes, I appreciate that because that's what I'm seeing too. But I also noticed when I was reading the Rotary magazine that the feature was on peace. And, Oh the Humanity is really all about bringing civility back to our culture and bringing unity to the community. But what I saw in the Rotarian magazine was unity globally. So can you talk about the Peace Project for a minute?
Oh, thank you so much for mentioning that. This district interviews individuals and we give scholarships out. In fact, worldwide, we've given more Peace Fellow scholarships out. We partnered with 6 universities around the world in Africa, Sweden, London, Duke in North Carolina in the United States, and also in Thailand. And they study peace and conflict resolution. When they come out, when they graduate with master's or advanced degrees, they work in the field of peace and conflict resolution. That is what we're constantly working on.
I did follow one person, and her name was Maria, and the story was just fantastic in the magazine. So if you have an opportunity to get the Rotarian magazine, get it. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to 1430 KYKN. I'm here with Jim and Nancy Boyles, and we are talking about Rotarians. Be right back.
All the humanity, all the transcript screaming around it.
Let's get back to the discussion on Oh the Humanity with Faye DeMeyer, 1430 KYKN, where Salem is listening.
Welcome back to the Oh the Humanity, and we have that beautiful music. We are thanking Corey Nolan with Nolan Productions. He actually wrote that music special for my show. And the Oh the Humanity obviously comes from the Hindenburg when it fell. We believe here that if we don't get civility back, that our nation will burn. And so we want to get civility back. I'm here with Jim and Nancy Boyle. And I was reminded it's not Boyle with an S. It's only one Boyle. That was hilarious. I'm not going to lie. And Jim, at the break, we're talking. Something else is going on right now.
Somebody's phone's ringing.
I think that's...
Is that yours?
Oh, somebody's phone's ringing. That was awesome.
Carry on.
We're here on Oh the Humanity talking with Jim and Nancy Boyle, and they are here from the Rotary, and he's the district governor. He and his wife go all around. They have 70 different clubs, 3,100 members that they oversee and support. And at the break, we were talking about engagement. Can you speak a little bit about that, Jim?
I'd love to speak about that. Engagement to me means a level of commitment. And it's interesting to note, and in fact, almost boasting about the clubs we serve. We have, out of the 530 districts worldwide involved in Rotary, this district is leading the world in contributions to the Rotary Foundation, which is a fund that does global grants throughout the world. So grasp the whole of this. This isn't L.A., New York. This is Oregon and Washington. And it's amazing the generosity that comes out of this area and what we can, and the impact we can have in and around the world. I'm just excited. Obviously, you can see that.
And we're about 10% of the population of those other places you name. I mean, you know what I mean? We're just that small. Yeah. And so when you talk about engaging people, can you let, Nancy, you mentioned something that people do not have to be a Rotarian to participate. Can you speak to that?
So any activity that we have as Rotarians, it's something that's for the community, and we love to have community members involved. We work on a lot of partnerships. We live in Westland, Oregon. We're working with the Westland Library that's trying to put all sorts of people together, and I think that's the important piece to know about Rotary. It's about what can you do in your community, and people do join Rotary for improving their community, but you don't have to be a Rotarian to be involved.
Nancy, that's a great point because partnerships are so important. In fact, April 30th, here's a great example, Faye. April 30th is Rotary Day of Service. We will partner with Habitat for Humanity, 24 affiliates throughout Oregon and Washington, and building homes for those that are underserved. And at the same day, we are working with Free Bikes for Kids that we will collect 1,000 bikes and give them to underserved children that never had the opportunity to ride a bike. That's the kind of power we can
How
do.
do the population who need the bikes get a hold of you, and how were the Habitat homes chosen? Do we know any of that?
Oh, we do. We've called all the Habitat affiliates in Silverton, Tillamook, Portland, St. Helens, out in the Gorge. We've contacted all of them. So just, you know what? If you just did a simple Google search for the Rotary Club near you, all the Rotary Clubs know that. In terms of free bikes, by the way, not only are we collecting bikes, but we're doing the reverse. Let me share with you what I mean. All you have to do, if you know a child in need, all you have to do is contact a Rotary Club near you and let them know, and that Rotary Club will fill out a form, and that child will get a free bike.
That's fantastic. And so this is a great message, getting it out to the people who need it. A lot of times the people who really need it never know about it. So that's why I asked the Abbott how on that. So is there something in your hearts and minds, Nancy and Jim, that you want people to know about why you serve Rotary as the district governors?
Well, I think there's two things. I think personally, the thing about Rotary is it's this organization that encompasses members from around the world. It's international. We have international conferences in different places around the world, and when you go, there are people with different kinds of dress and languages and doing everything from our 7 areas of focus, which are clean water and sanitation, literacy, women and children's health. There's something that everybody can put their passion into. Jim was a businessman, and I've always been a medical social worker, and I was kind of wondering, as we were working on things, where we might meet with our passions. And when I walked into a Rotary International convention, I was like, this is it. This is it. This is where my passion is. This is a place that makes things happen. Rotary's gone into places where no one else can go.
Exactly.
Faye, I think everybody has a story, and I'll briefly share something that moved me. I joined Rotary after traveling internationally to make connections. I was selfish, to be honest with you. Within the first month or two of that, I joined a service project, and it benefited women and children who were starting over as a result of domestic violence. A couple weeks later, those children came back to our Rotary Club. And they shared with us how much we moved them by just giving them things like backpacks, plates, household goods. I'm flabbergasted. And honestly, because I'm adopted, I have a very special place in my heart for women and children and orphans and those that are disadvantaged. So to Nancy's point, this is an avenue to feed that passion. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to partner with the Rotary on Oh the Humanity, because the Rotary not only does service, they also have fun. When we were at that event, am I right?
Yeah.
We have so much fun. We go to picnics. We go to after hours. We go to dinners. We celebrate a lot.
Right.
Am I wrong?
You are 100%. Most people join Rotary for service. Do you know why they stay? For fellowship and friendship and connections.
Yeah.
And
I
it
agree.
provides that.
For
We
sure.
recently celebrated our 40th anniversary. Nancy will tell you it was 28 years of the happiest years of her life. I have no idea what
Somewhere
happened
in
in the other 12.
28 years.
maybe a little more.
I
don't
guess
know.
where I was going with that, though, when we invited 40 people. And out of those 40 people, when I looked around the room, 25% of them were Rotarians.
Rotarians.
Those are friends for life. We joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't join to make friends for life.
Exactly.
But that's
I
what happened.
actually think my Rotary crew out at Creekside are family. When I get to see them, I teach on Thursdays, which is when we meet. And so whenever I have a time off, like Christmas or summer or spring break, I go. But I always
miss
go to
people.
the service things
because
they're on the weekends, right? So I can go do them, and that's how I see them. So it's really exciting. So engaging, what would you like to encourage people out there to get engaged? Where? Just and how to get a hold of the two of you, because I think you guys have a bead on all this district.
Is Rotary IsRotaryForYou.com is the overall district.
IsRotaryForYou.com.
And I think what's important to think about is just reaching out, because there's amazing people over there. We've gotten messages from all kinds of people who want to be involved in their community, don't know how. And this is a great organization to do that with.
So Salem has East, it has Kaiser, it has Salem Downtown Rotary. West, is there West?
Yes, and you have an E-Club too here.
Yeah.
It's
An E-Club.
international.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
International E-Club. I might have to hook
Look
up
at
with
you.
them. Whoa, whoop, whoop. They might be on the air.
So
E-air.
modern.
That is, I know. It's so, I love the globalness to it.
Yeah.
I really do, because, I come from humble means, so to be attached to global notions and ideas is just, it's huge. It's really huge. I would have
And in a
been a
good way.
Rotarian scholar kid had I known about Rotary back then. I would have. I would have traveled.
Yeah. Yep.
One last comment. Faye, you know what? When you are asking about how do we get it involved, I want to share something with you. One of our core values, aside from leadership, service, and is diversity. And we are truly diverse.
You can't get more diverse.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
than the world.
Yeah.
Come on
Yeah.
now. So who do you include in Rotary? The world. I mean, come on.
Everybody.
The globe and everyone
Everybody.
on it. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being available. And Dave, I just really appreciate you kind of keeping me on to make sure to do that. I don't mind being edited. The things, people that know me know that I don't mind being edited. You're on 1430 KYKN. Salem is listening. When we come back, we're going to be listening to Ron Noble. We'll be right back after this.